Oh, welcome back to Sophie's garden. It's the 25th of March 2011 and just keeping up to date on our record of the garden. This is the fruit cage. I made these hoops to support the net to keep the birds off and to keep the cabbage whitefly off some of the other beds, and the hoops are looking good. And on this bed you've taken out the
gooseberry, which was down this end.
That was down here, yeah.
It seemed to be encouraging the cabbage root fly and all sorts of things onto the red currant bushes.
And these two are red currant, yeah.
Yeah. I've done a winter tar wash on the red currant bushes for the first time this year, so we'll see what difference that makes.
And what does that do?
Well, it's supposed to get rid of overwintering bugs, I think.
Okay.
But they're just beginning to come into leaf now.
Okay, and what's that one at the end?
That's a black currant.
Black currant.
Which I got a cutting from a friend. So it's looking very healthy at the moment. We'll just have to hope that it does okay. I didn't get around to spraying that one. It had already started to open.
Okay. And then in this bed...
That's going to be runner beans again. At the moment it's just got my box cuttings, which I took last year, and I've just repotted them all. So it's a bit of a mess at the minute.
Okay. And what's going on here?
This is now ready for putting purple sprouting and early sprouting broccoli in later in the season.
And that's the this is the lettuce that you...
Those are a few lettuce that I just tried as an experiment.
Okay. And then in the...
That's looking across to the runaway Brussels sprout plant that I left in last year, just to see really what it did. But I'm about to dig it out, but I've got two purple sprouting plants that are still producing. Well, they're coming into their own really, we're having a lot of them. The two sort of sticky looking things over that way, they're purple sprouting.
These two?
Yep.
Oh, beg your pardon.
Yes, this one and this one. They don't look much, but they've been very good.
Yeah, so that's here and here. As I've said before, I'm no gardener, but I enjoy the food. And then on this bed...
That's shallots and garlic with 3 cabbages left over from last year, which we've still to eat.
Where's the garlic? Oh, I see, the little white job is along there.
Yes, I planted them yesterday. It's the first time I've grown garlic.
Okay. And then those cabbages, who are they?
These are Savoy cabbages.
Savoys. Okay, looking
we need to eat them before the slugs and snails finish them off.
Okay. And this bed?
This is, it's got parsnips in the end there, which I need to lift. And then this is ready for planting.
Right, okay. And what are you going to plant here?
These 3 beds in the middle are all winter
vegetables. That one, and this one, yeah.
They're all going to be full of things like kale, broccoli, sprouting, cabbages, parsnips, things like that, which will stay in all year.
Okay.
That bed is now my onion and leek bed.
Here. These are onions?
Yep. These are just sown at a different time to those ones.
Okay.
They're all Elsa Craig.
Oh, so these are the big onions. They grow into the big Elsa Craig, yeah. And what's going on at the end here?
That's leeks sultan. I sowed those at the end of last year, and I've just put them in here. And then I've got 4 rows of a mixture of leeks and spring onions.
Okay. And do they get thinned out or something?
I'll see what they look like when they come up, I think.
Okay.
Those are the raspberries. I've just tied them all in. These are the summer fruiting raspberries.
Right. So you're letting them go above the wire?
Yes.
Okay.
And then these are autumn fruiting raspberries in the front.
Okay, so that's here, and I know
there are 6
these
plants along here.
Oh, okay, so autumn fruiting raspberries. Okay. Then here we've got our
few leeks left. They're
leeks.
beginning to go to seed though, so we need to eat those pretty quick.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's a little seed pod there. And then that's...
This was a bit of an experiment. I sowed these late last year, curly kale, and they look nice, but I think they're going to go to seed pretty quickly, so I think I need to sow some more for this year. This is going to be the carrot bed this year, but at the moment I've got a few curly kale plants still left in which we're eating, but I've started sowing carrots at this end.
Okay, I can see the little...
Yes, there are 2 rows in there at the minute.
Yeah. Had a real problem with carrot root fly because I didn't do my job and make the barrier. And we got some more little hoops here. They came off the strawberry bed, and some poles there that'll be going in. Oh, and that's the
gooseberry, looking very happy.
that's the gooseberry. That
I don't mind if it gets caterpillars when it's there. It won't hurt the red currants.
Yeah, that was a real problem. That. Okay.
That's the strawberry bed.
Oh, so those hoops aren't off the strawberry bed. They must be off something else.
These are just to put green netting across when they do start producing fruit.
So just to keep the birds off.
But I put fertiliser. I cut the strawberry plants back, put fertiliser on the soil, and it looked very sort of flat. So I've added a mulch of farmyard manure to it.
Okay.
That's going to be the pea bed. So I've just finished adding manure and compost to that and fertiliser. Fish blood and bone.
Okay.
Those are a few beetroot at the end.
Oh yeah, no,
Still to eat.
we pulled some of those beetroot yesterday and cooked them, and we actually had some with our supper, and they were very nice. Okay.
Rhubarb's doing well.
Yeah, and those fence posts, those posts that are over there, are going to go along here. We had bamboo poles here last year and green netting, and we've got some substantial poles to put in there because the wind blows in and would wreck the garden. Okay, so the rhubarb, 2 weeks ago you couldn't see that, and that's just exploded. That's really nice. So when do we start picking that?
Oh, a couple of weeks I'd have thought, maybe even next week.
Yeah. And this, you've told me, is spinach.
This are Swiss chard.
Oh, beg your pardons, what do I know?
And we didn't get around to eating it last year where it was in the vegetable plot, so yesterday I dug them up and I've moved them over here, and we've started eating them, strangely enough. And they don't look this bad first thing in the morning. It's just when the heat of the sun's on them.
Yeah,
If they don't do any good, it won't matter.
I actually put some of that in a stir fry the other night, and I don't know as I could taste it, but
it felt good to be eating it at last.
Yeah. And these box cuttings.
These are only 2 years old.
Yeah, these Sophie's taken these cuttings from another plant in the front garden, and they're just 2 years old. So we're going to grow that up to what?
3 foot.
About 3 foot. So just over a metre.
And leave it shaggy as opposed to.
Oh, right, that'll suit me. Okay, so those are the beds. I'll get a view of them from up on the deck, and we'll see how it pans out through the year. We're going to have a little look in the greenhouse now and see what's going on there. Oh, that's chives, yeah?
Yeah.
That's lobelia.
Aquiledias.
What are they?
French marigolds. And dahlias behind them.
Alright, so they're the dahlias. And then
you've got morning glories.
Yeah.
More French marigolds. Daturas at the back.
That's there.
Those are daturas, and there's also a couple at the front here.
Yeah, deadly. Don't mix those up with your vegetables. What are these furry fellas?
Salvia.
Salvias.
Artemis, I think. Salvia Artemis.
And then
Cosmos.
they're
at the
coleus,
back
I recognise.
Yes, coleus, and
So
these are
probably-
penstemons.
Right. Then you've got stuff in the
Yep.
propagator. What's in there?
Yeah, the propagator isn't actually turned on, but it just makes quite a nice environment for seeds to grow. It's quite hot enough at the moment not to have it on.
Okay, and who's in there?
We've got some cosmos, mainly cosmos, I think, at the moment.
Okay. And then what are these?
Those are asters on the left,
Right.
hollyhocks on the right,
Yeah. Okay.
and more furry fellows,
Yeah,
Artemis.
Okay.
My helpers.
And then what's
Those are three pots of sweet peas at the back.
right? Yep.
So I would plant those direct in the ground almost. It's
Okay. So you're not doing your trick with the newspaper tubes?
no, I do that with the runner beans, but I've learnt with the sweet peas it's not necessary. Grow them in a pot and lift the whole lot out and plant it straight in the ground and let them go up through a wigwam.
Okay.
Seems to work.
Okay.
And there are a couple of sickly looking melons.
That's that and that.
Yes.
Yep.
And then those two in the front I've grown for my mum, and they're something called ricinus or ricinus.
Okay.
They're an annual, but they look like triffids.
Okay. Bit of flower.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Then you've got your geraniums.
Yeah. And those are tomatoes, Gardener's Delight.
Right.
These are Tumbling Tom tomatoes, these are the ones here.
Right.
I've got some phlox, and that's a pepper, and that's another little melon that's just beginning to come up. Petunias, phlox, stocks, more phlox. These are chrysanthemums and more cosmos. These are tomato. They're supposed to be huge tomatoes, marmond I think they are, but they're not looking very happy at all. This is chamomile lawn.
Right.
More petunias, cleome, which I haven't grown before, and those are violas.
Okay. And then you've got your
These are all orange, lemon and grapefruit pip plants that have come through the winter, and they seem to be doing alright.
Yep.
These are freesias.
Oh,
I've got 3 pots
right.
of freesias that I bought the bulbs a little while ago. Passion flower.
Yeah, I made this wire frame yesterday. I don't know if I can get it far enough away from it with this camera. But Sophie wants to put this up on the deck, so I made this wire frame and stuck it in the tub. I think it'll be okay, but we'll have a look at that later in the year. And over on this side, these are your potatoes. So
Yes, they're a first early called Swift. And
okay,
it's the first time I've tried growing them in the greenhouse, but they're growing like crazy. I'm having to top them up every day.
right. And Brendan, if you're watching, this is one of these bags that we saw you getting the potatoes out of. So I think Sophie's got. Well, you got 3 of those.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll let you know how we get on with those, Brenda. Okay, I think that's about it in here, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so just updating the record, and we'll thank YouTube for letting us store all this information on their system, save our memory, and share it with our friends and family. And thanks for watching. And I'll try and keep up to date, and let you see how the garden's progressing. I said I'd show you the beds from up above. So there you go. And we'll have a look a bit later on in the year and see what it looks like.